Before I ever saw the light of day, the Lord had already spoken over me. Before my first breath filled my lungs, His hand was resting on my life. I was set apart from the beginning, chosen for a purpose I could not yet understand. No razor was ever meant to touch my head. No wine was ever meant to pass my lips. And as I grew, I could feel something stirring deep within me. Like fire waiting beneath the surface, like power held in quiet stillness. I remember walking the road to Timnah, with the sun burning above me and the dust rising beneath my feet. Then everything changed. A lion came out against me. Its roar filled the air, and for a moment all the earth stood still. And then the Spirit of the Lord came upon me. It moved through me like living fire, filling my hands with strength, filling my whole body with power. And there on that road, with nothing but my bare hands, I tore the lion apart. I should have understood in that moment that the strength was never mine. I should have fallen to my knees and given glory to the one who gave it. But instead, I stood there breathing hard, feeling victory rise within me. And pride began its quiet work. Later when I passed that way again, I found honey hidden in the carcass. I knew what the vow required. I knew what I should not do. But I reached in anyway, and what felt like such a small decision became the beginning of something deeper. I told myself it did not matter. I told myself I was still strong. I told myself I was still chosen. And that was how the compromise began. I walked into Timnah, certain of my strength, certain the power within me could never be shaken. At the feast, I stood before them laughing, and I gave them my riddle. I watched them wrestle with the words, and I thought myself untouchable. But fear has a way of finding weakness, and they turned to my bride They pressed her with their threats, until at last she wept before me. And when the answer came back to my ears, everything changed. What had been laughter became fire. What had been sport became wrath. And I went down to Ashkelon. The fire rose within me, and 30 men fell, one after another, until the debt was paid. But vengeance never rests, it only grows. When I returned, my bride was gone, given to another, and something inside me broke. So I gathered the foxes, bound flame between them, and sent them running into the night. Then the fire rose across the harvest, through the vineyards, into the olive groves. And all the night was burning, the fields became a sea of flame. And for one terrible moment, I believed the fire could satisfy me. But then they burned her, my wife, her father, their home, and all the mercy left within me died in the smoke. The men of Judah came, 3,000 strong. They bound my hands and led me down. The Philistines shouted in triumph. They thought the story ended there. But heaven had not spoken its final word. The Spirit came again. The cords broke from my hands like thread before the flame. And there before me lay the jawbone. I lifted it high, and heaven answered. The battle rose around me, the dust climbed toward the sky. The cries of men filled all the earth, and still I stood, and still I struck, until 1,000 lay before me, and silence covered all the field. I stood alone beneath the heavens, breathing in the victory, certain no hand could conquer mine, certain no power could bring me low, certain this strength was mine to command. I did not yet understand. The louder pride begins to sing, the nearer falls the silence after. Years passed, and still I stood, still strong, still certain. Israel looked to me, and I judged the land. The victories remained behind me, like monuments to all I had done. And somewhere in those years I stopped remembering where the strength had come from. I had learned to trust my own hand, to believe my own power, to walk as though the fire within me would never fade. And then I met her, Delilah. She came quietly into my life. There was no warning in her voice, no sign of what was waiting, only the softness of her words, the gentleness of her presence. And for the first time in many years, I wanted rest. I wanted to lay down the weight I carried. I wanted to believe I could trust what stood before me. But the rulers of the Philistines came to her, silver in their hands, deception in their hearts. And they asked her for the secret of my strength. Again she asked me, again I laughed, again I gave her lies. I told her ropes would bind me, I told her new cords would break me, I told her my strength could be taken. And each time I rose and proved her wrong, still she remained. Still she asked, still she asked, still she asked, still she pressed her words against my heart. Why do you say you love me when your heart is not with me? And little by little the walls within me weakened. The warning I once would have heard grew quiet. The caution I once would have trusted fell still. And at last I told her what had never been spoken. I told her of the vow, I told her I had been set apart from birth. I told her no razor had ever touched my head. I placed the holy thing into unfaithful hands. And that night as sleep overtook me, the blade came softly, quietly, without resistance. And as the hair fell, so did the break free, certain the power would answer. But heaven was silent, the fire was gone, the strength did not come. And in that terrible stillness I knew the Lord had departed from me. They ceased nothing at all. They led me to Gaza to grind grain like a beast, round and round through endless shadow. And with every step, one truth echoed louder within me. The strength I thought was mine had never belonged to me. Darkness became my world, day after day. The stone turned beneath my hands, round and round, the same path, the same silence. The man who once shook nations now walked in chains, and there was nothing left. No victory, no power, no pride, only the silence. And in that silence, I remembered the vow. I remembered the fire. I remembered the strength that was never mine. And slowly, as my hair began to grow again, so did my faith. Not the pride I once carried, not the confidence that made me blind, but something deeper, something stronger, dependence. Then came the day they brought me into the temple. Their voices filled the air, their laughter rose around me. They praised their God, they mocked my weakness, and they placed my hands against the pillars. And there, between the stone, between the shame, between all I had been and all I had become, I cried, Lord, remember me, not for glory, not for glory, not for vengeance. Only let your strength return one final time. And heaven answered. I felt it rising, quietly, quietly, holy, certain, the same fire, the same power. But now I finally understood. It was nevermore. I pressed against the pillars, the stone began to groan, the earth beneath us trembled, fear swept through the temple, and with all that remained of me, I pushed the pillars I found my strength.